Vincent Van Gogh, commonly known for his Starry Night painting and sunflower painting, was an influential impressionistic painter in his time. Similarly, this first work created by Vincent van Gogh in 1888 during the post-impressionism period has a familiar color scheme and feel to it. Vincent van Gogh's Café Terrace at night features a vibrant evening setting in the southern town of Arles, filled with lively energy. Look at how the warm, yellowish light illuminates the cafe and street. It seems to emit a welcoming glow and beckon the reader to come in and take a seat. The stark contrast between the dark background and brighter foreground also works to differentiate the space and create a sense of lifelike depth. In this work and many of his other works created around this time, Van Gogh fervently incorporates bold and vivid colors and impasto brushstroke technique to explore the energy and animation of this scene. However, despite the tranquility of this piece, there is a slightly troubling element to it. Look at how the varying blue, orange, and yellow energetic brushstrokes on the street contrast with the solid colors of the structures. These elements work to create a sense of restlessness in the stillness. The chairs in this piece also stand out, as they are haphazardly placed at the edge of the terrace's warm glow. The ones in the foreground are additionally turned towards the viewer, which goes against the expectation for them to be grouped together around the table. This unexpected element further incorporates a dreamlike quality to the mystery and complexity of this work. This peace and unrest that is conveyed in this piece is reflective to the position that Van Gogh was in his life at the time. It mirrors the struggles and inspirations that he was facing. In this way, not only can you see an element of him through this piece, but we as viewers can also imagine ourselves in this place filled with uncertainty and hope. This next piece by Vincent van Gogh is a little bit different from the previously discussed piece. Created in 1890, Vincent van Gogh's Old Vineyard with Pleasant Woman also follows the post-impressionism movement. However, unlike many of his other works, this one is composed with watercolor instead of oil. Through this, he seems to be exploring a different side of his style. This work in particular once again employs his signature use of vibrant colors and swirling lines to capture this slice of rural life. The background is composed of buildings painted with bold dynamic strokes, which point back to his post-impressionistic style. In the foreground, we can see a vineyard with swooping vines and hurried brushwork, all of which help to create a captivating sense of movement. On the right of the composition, we can see the Pleasant Woman rendered in this similar simple form. This piece is also known for its unpainted blank areas of the canvas. Altogether, this piece is able to convey a light and playful feeling that works to invite the viewer in. This final work is an impressionistic artwork by Claude Monet called A Woman with a Parasol that he created in 1875 amidst the Impressionism movement. This work, occupying a canvas a little over 39 by 31 inches in dimension, was painted in Monet's plein air practice. The two figures in this work are his first wife, who is occupying much of the canvas's space, and his child, who is peering at the viewer from a short distance away. Both of them seem to be caught in a soft and playful yet fleeting moment. Monet's use of light in this work is quite exquisite. Unusually, the figures are all cast in shadows, with the source of light being behind them. Monet managed to capture the bright vibrancy of the sky and animate the edges of Camille's dress and the ribs of the parasol with intentional, delicate highlights. However, the shadows under the umbrella and the figures still remain soft. This avoidance of stark contrast works to create a delicate view of the world and these figures. Notice how he depicts the twirl of Camille's dress through his use of light and shadow. The lines create a sense of lifelike movement that almost makes it feel like you are present with them in the scene. Additionally, the perspective is also quite interesting. With the vantage point located low on the ground, it feels as if we, the viewers, are crouching in the grass and gazing up at the figures. This perspective works to amplify the momentality of the sky while simultaneously embedding Camille and her son with an adoring and almost heroic stature. What's really powerful about this piece is how it captures the atmosphere of this subtle, warm moment and beckons the viewer to step into their world.